and many students moved home or away.
We're talking about it with Bill Grimson, agent at Nuclear Real Estate. He points out a example of that exodus.
Take a look at the North Berkeley parking lot, where in 2019, it's almost empty the last 2.5 years.
With the university reopening, classes are back, people are back, students are back. Does that mean that there will be and will rents go back up?
Absolutely. I think statistics always are behind what's actually happened. So at this point, rents are back.
And he says the trends that we report are always in the past. The reality has already changed. Jim Taylor, KCBS.
Money Watch now. You know, Margie Schaefer was telling me yesterday the green numbers were hurting her eyes because she hadn't seen them in so long.
It's been a while, and there's a lot more of that today. I think Margie's eyes will have adjusted, and we're all a lot happier to see a little bit of relief on the stock market. Market is surging higher after the Bank of England unexpectedly announced plans to buy long-term bonds in order to restore faith in the UK economy and boost the pound, which had fallen to an all-time low against the dollar this week. And that's working so far. The dollar down. U.S. Treasury yields pulling back and stocks are up. Dow up 512 points. NASDAQ gaining 172. S&P up by 63. Tech layoffs continue to mount. DocuSign announced in a regulatory filing that it will cut its workforce by 9% as it looks to and falls for its services. The San Francisco-based firm has about 7,500 employees, and after a mediocre company on the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Are you a business owner? The federal government earmarked $135 billion in refunds for small and medium-sized businesses. Business money will never be claimed. RefundsPro.com helps business owners get through the red tape or qualify for the employee. Most refunds are over $100,000. There's no downside to apply and no fees unless you receive a refund. It's as close as it gets to free government money. There is a deadline, so visit RefundsPro.com to get started. RefundsPro.com.
Do you have neuropathy? Are you experiencing numbness, tingling, and pain that just stop? Are you taking dangerous drugs that have serious side effects and never fix the pain? If so, please listen to this message. Neuropathy is a serious, progressive condition that only worse if not treated properly. Call SFA Wellness at 844-94-NERVE to get back to doing the things you want to do. There is no drug, exercise, or surgery that can heal nerves. Don't wait until your condition gets worse and stops you from living your life fully. SFA Wellness has a time-tested, proven track record of helping hundreds of patients to improve and reverse their neuropathy. If you're ready to regain your independence, contact SFA Wellness at 844-94-NERVE. Call now for your $99 neuropathy special and receive a personal treatment plan that is tailored to your needs. Call 844-94-NERVE. That's 844-94-NERVE and start to enjoy life again.
It's Chevy truck season, and Chevy offers a full lineup of trucks and accessories, which means it's the perfect time to find the truck for you and make it your own. Make your car and bed liner. Make your Colorado motor lighting. And make your Silverado HD more secure with a tonneau cover. So whether you want added capability or to add your own style, your Chevy dealer can help you find the right Chevy truck and accessories for you and make the most out of the truck season. With a $1,000 accessory allowance for the purchase or lease of a new Chevy truck with eligible accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Plus, take your retail delivery.
Yeah, how
Howie, this one's going to be a while before they can clear this one out. It's on Highway 4 in the eastbound direction, just before Hoffman Lane. It's a jackknife big rig. It went down into a ditch on the right-hand shoulder, but emergency vehicles have the eastbound direction closed. They do have one-way traffic control in place, but there is no estimated time when lanes will open, so you can just imagine that it's very in the westbound direction. I see the brake lights. This is due to a crash just past Summersville Road. It's blocking the two right lanes, even the on-ramp from Auto Center Drive out of Summersville. Enter Highway 4 in the westbound direction from there. Once you get past that, it looks like it's a very smooth ride all the way through Concord. And coming into San Francisco via the Bay Bridge on 80 westbound, the metering lights are still live, so you got to back up at the toll plaza, and you'll be under the speed limit all the way to downtown San Francisco. Your next traffic update at 10:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
After the clouds burn off, pretty much they're doing that right now. Sticking around though at the coast, looking for 60s at the beaches, 70s around the bay to low 80s. Inland, partly cloudy skies tonight and then clearing tomorrow afternoon. Traffic and weather together. KCBS.
She posted about it just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of the Honest Bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers.
She needs a social media associate.
World around the clock. All news 1069 and AM 740 KCBS. Wednesday, September 28th, 2022.
I'm Jeffrey Schaub. The Bay Area's fourth busiest airport has an increase in passenger traffic, and it has nothing to do with COVID.
10:30. Expected to officially make landfall in Florida any time now, but the state's already feeling its effects. CBS's Manuel Bajorquez is in Fort Myers.
That calm before the storm, well, it's over here. We're getting this constant pounding rain, and the winds are starting to pick up.
Tim Delaney lives about 50 miles north in Inglewood and lost power.
I won't really know how bad it is until I get to go outside. And I'm sure I've heard things hitting my roof, so I'm sure there's some roof damage going on. But so far, everything's been fine. We didn't have any, we're not panicking. Not yet, anyway.
Till then, FEMA says resources are on standby. Administrator Deanne Criswell.
The Army Corps of Engineers is pre-staging 350 personnel to conduct power and fuel assessments as soon as the storm passes.
Right now, Ian, but very close to a Cat 5. Report. I'm KCBS News Time 10:32. Let's head back to Florida and check in with Peter King, CBS News correspondent in Orlando, who joins us on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline. I heard that there were parts of, say, Disney World that were closing down, and Disney never closes, but are people being evacuated there too?
Oh, Howie, Disney always closes during a hurricane, and so does SeaWorld, and so does Universal Studios Orlando, as do all the other attractions around here. Nobody wants to have anybody in the parks during a hurricane where they might get hurt or something worse than that. So they've been closed today. They'll all be closed tomorrow as well, Friday, depending on how bad it is here.
Now, we're hearing about some pretty huge storm surge. What are you hearing in or seeing in Orlando right now?
Well, you know what, we don't get storm surge here because we're inland, but, storm surge is a coastal phenomenon, but when people are near large bodies of water, storm surge can be a factor if there are high winds. Now, we should explain storm surge is that wall of water that you truly do not want to see coming toward you, because if they're saying a 10-foot high storm surge, well, that's taller than you or me or anybody we know, and that could be a very bad day. About half of all hurricane deaths are caused by storm surge, and people who haven't evacuated from areas that are subject to storm surge.
Are people taking it seriously? I mean, we keep hearing these dire warnings from the governor and from the emergency services officials, yet we still hear about people who say, no, I'm just going to ride it out at home.
You get some of both down here, and that's been